Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your man Pristine back with another video. Okay, so here's the unboxing for the Samsung Galaxy S10e. Alright, now this is the version that Samsung put out that is competing directly with the iPhone XR, and Samsung was like, okay, iPhone, you want to make a little so-called cost-effective iPhone, then hey, we can make a so-called flagship Galaxy S10, and that's what the E is here. So let's dive right into the specs, price and specs. You already know cosmetic hardware, a little bit of the software features, functions, and talk about some of the differences between this and the S10 and the S10 Plus as well. So price for the S10e here is $749.99, so 750 bucks. This again is out of the 3 S10s that were released. This is the more scaled down version, and when I say scaled down version, I'm not talking about as far as like specs and processors and things like that. I'm just talking about other little things that would warrant Samsung being able to lower the price. But as far as all 3 devices across the board, I mean, you're gonna get all the top end specs and everything that are in the other 2 S10 and the S10 Plus. I mean, so there's no drop off here with the S10e, just in case some of you guys are wondering. And I know a lot of you guys are wondering, okay, what are the differences? We're gonna talk about that. Okay, so price $750. Now we've got a 5.8 inch full HD plus dynamic AMOLED 1080 by 2280 pixel display. We've got a 438 ppi pixel density, 19 by 9 aspect ratio. We've got Gorilla Glass 5 as opposed to Gorilla Glass 6, which we will find on the S10 Plus and the S10. We do still have HDR10. We've got an 83.3 screen to body ratio, and this is a flat display. Okay, there's no edge display, so there's a difference right there. So rather than this being a quad HD panel, this is just a full HD panel. It's a full HD AMOLED panel as opposed to a quad HD AMOLED panel. So there's a difference right there. Rather than the edge display, it's a flat display. So there's 2 differences right there that you're gonna find on the E that's a little bit different from what's on the S10 and the S10 Plus. All right. Now, the internal specifications, as I said, those are the exact same. All right, we've got a Snapdragon 855 processor, 128 gigs of onboard storage, 6 gigs of RAM as opposed to 8 gigs of RAM. Okay, so that's the 3rd difference with the E here. 6 gigs of RAM as opposed to 8, which is on the S10 Plus, which is right over there on the wireless charger. Okay, octa-core CPU, Adreno 640, Android 9 Pie over 1 UI. Memory is expandable up to 512 gigs, and this is 150 grams. I mean, so this phone is very lightweight. Now, I have taken the phone out of the box. It's early Monday morning. It's like 5:05 in the morning. I've been up pretty much all night working on these unboxing videos for the S10 Plus. Now I'm doing the S10e right here. I did get these phones on Friday when they came out, but I had to work this weekend, just been tied up with family stuff, didn't have an opportunity to do the unboxing right when I got the phones. But I'm such a tech freak, I'm like, you know what, I'm cracking one of these phones out the box and playing with it for a little bit until I can get to these unboxings. All right, so you'll see once I crack the S10e out of the box, it's already set up and everything. If you watch the S10 Plus video, the setup is the exact same. Okay, but there are some differences. But I mean, the setup is the same as far as you turning on the phone. You got the voice activated tutorial that's basically walking you through the steps on how to set up your device. All right, but there are some differences, so pay attention. Okay, now 150 grams here, 5.8 inch display. This phone is a joy to use, man. I mean, I think that this has to be the best small device that's out right now. And it's interesting because, back in the day, I'm saying, not too far back in the day, but a 5.5 inch screen was pretty massive. Or a 5.5 inch display was pretty massive, right? But this phone, the S10e here, has such a small form factor in the hand, and the front of it just being all screen, but it's still a small phone. And it's like right now, the standard is 6 inches and up. You know what I mean? So anything that's below 6 inches at this point is considered a small phone. And this being 5.8 inches, it's a small phone. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get it out the box. Now the cameras. Okay, now here's some more differences with the camera. We've got a dual camera setup on the rear as opposed to a tri-cam setup. All right, so we've got a 12 megapixel wide angle and a 16 megapixel ultra wide angle. We don't have that 12 megapixel telephoto lens, so kind of similar to what we see in the iPhone, and the difference between the iPhone 10, the 10s and the 10s Max over the iPhone 10R. The iPhone 10R does not have that secondary telephoto lens, so it doesn't have that 2x optical zoom. Well, same thing here with the S10e. So rather than it having that 12 megapixel telephoto lens, it does not have that. So you do not also have the 2x optical zoom option here on the S10e. Is that a big deal? Depends on who you ask. All right, depends on who you ask. But I mean, all the other features and functions and bells and whistles that you find in the camera app on the S10 and the S10 Plus, right here on the E. And there's no drop off in quality as well. The same sensors that are here or that are on the S10 and the S10 Plus are the same sensors that are here on the E. So it's not like the camera's been dumbed down a bit or anything like that. You just don't have that secondary 12 megapixel telephoto lens. All right, now on the front, we just have the 10 megapixel selfie camera, which is damn good, might I add. But you also do not have that secondary 8 megapixel depth sensor that you find on the S10 Plus. Okay, so the S10e and the S10, there's only one camera sensor on the front of the device, but on the S10 Plus there is two, as I displayed in that unboxing video. Okay, but again, no dumbing down on the camera here on the front of the device as well. This is the same 10 megapixel sensor that is on the S10 and the S10 Plus. All right, of course the camera has all the things. We'll go over that once I get the phone cracked out of the box. Now the battery. Now some people may kind of scarf at the battery because this being the smaller device, it has the smallest battery. We've got a 3,100 milliamp hour non-removable battery. Okay, so 3,100 milliamp hour battery, USB 3.1 Type-C, and we also have the reversible wireless charging at 9 watts. And so we're able to charge this phone with fast charging by connecting it from the wall to the phone at 15 watts or fast wireless charging at 15 watts. Now the reverse wireless charging for this phone is 9 watts. And so as I mentioned in the S10 Plus unboxing, the reverse wireless charging functionality on this phone is not really meant or geared towards charging other phones that have batteries that are just as big as the battery that's in this particular device. It's more so meant for like smartwatches that can be charged wirelessly, or your Galaxy Buds if you decide to get some Galaxy Buds to complement, you know, your new S10e or your S10 or S10 Plus. So little things like that are going to give it a faster charge because they have smaller batteries. It will charge a cell phone that is key enabled or Qi enabled, but it's just going to take a long time, especially if you're trying to top it up. I mean, if you're about to run out and you just want to get a little bit of a percentage, you know what I'm saying, to get you where you're going, or to get you to your fast wireless charger or get you to your wall charger, then okay, yeah, it'll be suitable for something like that. But expecting to fast charge or charge, you know, a phone or something like that in a timely manner, you know, with the reverse charging capability on this phone, it's not going to happen. You got to remember, this technology is in its infancy stage. Okay, so I'm sure as time goes on, I mean, we'll start to see this technology get faster and faster, where we can basically just use our phone as a fast wireless charger. But that's not quite the case at this moment. All right, but I'm pretty sure that technology is coming. So again, this camera loaded with all the things, with the exception of the 12 megapixel telephoto lens on the rear and the secondary 8 megapixel depth sensor that we find on the S10 Plus. All right, so those are some differences right there. Now, additional features: Bluetooth 5.0, NFC, Samsung Pay, 3.5 millimeter jack, again with the 32-bit 384 kilohertz audio DAC. All right, Dolby Atmos, AKG tuned dual speakers that sound damn good. Fingerprint sensor, but this is not an ultrasonic under the display fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint sensor is on the right side of the device, and I will show that once I get that out of the box. We do have Face ID. We do have IP68 water and dust resistance. And the colors in which you can get this phone is Prism White, Prism Black, which is what this is, Prism Green, Prism Blue, Canary Yellow, and Flamingo Pink. All right, so that's gonna do it for the specifications. Now, the box, same as the S10 Plus, it just says S10e rather than S10 Plus. Bottom, we got your IMEI serial number, all that jazz. Right side of the box, nothing, typical Samsung presentation. Left side of the box, Samsung Galaxy SE. You can see that in the little branding right there. Back of the device, just some other information. And like I said, depending on who your carrier is, you can get this on promo right now. I got these from Verizon when I bought my S10 Plus. The S10e was on promo. You buy a S10 or S10 Plus, you get the S10e free. Okay, but you have to set it up on 24-month installment plans. And how it works is, it's not like they just hand you the phone just because you bought yourself a brand new S10 or an S10e. Okay, you have to first get that phone, and then for this phone you have to start another line. Okay, so that's going to cost you whatever it is that your carrier costs if they have this same promo, or if you're getting it from Verizon, then I'm just telling you how it's going to go if this is something that you want to take advantage of, because I believe that that promo is still going on to this day, and I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be going on. So if you want to get yourself a free S10e, you might want to head down to your local Verizon store and take advantage of that. But you have to start another line. Okay, they're also going to charge you the monthly line fees for whatever that line is, you know, 10, 20 bucks, whatever it is. You pay the taxes for this device out the door as you would your new S10 or S10 Plus, because you have to put the whole thing on installments. And then Verizon, over a 24-month time span, will apply the bill credit for the S10e over a 24-month time span. So that's what makes it free, but you're still having to pay for that line and the line fee. All right, now to me it was worth it because I wanted to review both devices, and I was also able to stay under the amount of money that I want to pay monthly. So it was a win-win for me, you know what I mean? So here we are. All right, but I mainly just did this for you guys because I know a lot of people are going to want to see the S10e and what's different between it versus the S10 and the S10 Plus. All right, so let's get this joint cracked out the bizox. All right, and very interesting how Samsung has this other little thing stuffed in here. This is the, let me see if I can get this out of here. Oh, come on. There's a box that has like all the, okay, here we go. So I wasn't able to get it out of the out of the first one, but stuck at the top here. But this is where we have all of our literature and information. SIM pin right there. Where do I open it up? Okay, yeah, open it up right here. All right, and here's our typical books and ish. File that to the side. All right, now here is the device right here. That beautiful Prism Black. Kind of looks bluish or something, like depending on the angle in which you hold it and just how different light reflects off of it. So we'll go ahead and turn the phone on. Now, there is the side mounted fingerprint sensor, and that's also a button. So that's the power button. Okay, so you hold on that. Okay, now while the device is booting up, we'll go over the rest of the contents inside of the box here. Okay, so we have our wall adapter here. All right, file that to the side. We've got our transfer device, which, you know, Samsung puts in every one of their phones to make it very seamless to transfer all your information and your data from your old device to your new Samsung E or S10 or S10 Plus. All right, here's our Type-C cord that plugs into the phone for charging. You can see right there, there's a little Type-C pin that goes into the bottom of the device. And then here are our AKG tuned headphones. I mean, they're colored black because I got the black phone. All right, and we've got some black ear gels in there, so we can go ahead and customize that fit for our ear, and that's it. All right. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, here is the device. As you can see, always on display, on deck, 5:16 in the AM, Monday, March 11th. Man, on the grind for you guys. All right, now what you saw is it was in attempting to do a face unlock, but because of the fact that I just turned the phone on, I gotta enter my PIN. So let me do that real quick. Oh, come on. Boom. All right, phone is starting. And here we are. So beautiful 5.8-inch display. And like I said, I mean, the phone, it's a small device. Okay, this is the best small phone that's out right now. Damn the iPhone XR, because even the iPhone XR is sitting at 6.1 inches. This is a much more comfortable hold in the hand because of how compact it is. You know what I mean? This is a compact powerhouse. Okay, that's what it is. It's a compact powerhouse. All right, very easy to manage and wield with one hand. Not a problem. I know you got, you know, you people out there, you know, they got your Google, your Pixel 3. Forget about it. Okay, those of you that got your Sony Xperia XZ2 compact, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? The S10e, the S10e here is killing them joints in my personal opinion. Now, again, screen display, 5.8 inches corner to corner. Now, as you can see we've got bezels around the display. As I said, it's flat. We don't have the edge screens bleeding over to the sides of the device. Okay, it's just all flat. And like I said, this is an HD AMOLED panel as opposed to a Quad HD AMOLED panel. Okay, here we're going to find our little hole cut out. And let's see. So this is settings. I do have night mode enabled. And so let's just go ahead and turn that off, and then boom. So you can see our 10 megapixel sensor right there in the top corner. All right. But just as I displayed on the video for the S10 Plus, under your quick toggle settings, you got everything you need. Okay, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, sound, flashlight, location, NFC, night mode. And again, night mode is just simple as hit that button right there and it blacks everything out. Okay, and I love that look, and so I'm just gonna keep that going. All right, edge lighting, that's when you get a notification and the edge of the device just blinks red or whatever color that you want to choose. It's pretty dope. Okay, navigation bar. Okay, so again, if you want the navigation keys at the bottom of the display, boom, you just hit navigation bar and it brings up those keys. Now I like to just have the gestures, so you just turn that off. And again, you got those three little lines right there, and depending on the orientation in which you have set up, how I have it set up is this is my back, that's home, and that's recents right there. Okay, so again, going down to the quick toggles, mobile data always on display, Dolby Atmos, auto rotate, airplane mode, power mode, wireless power share, Bluetooth or blue light filter, mobile hotspot, smart view, do not disturb, secure folder, phone visibility, sync, and Bixby routines. All right, now, like I said, this phone is completely set up. So if you swipe to the right, this is Bixby. And I know a lot of people, they knock Bixby. I don't find it to be that much of an issue. You know, it's cool because you can use it to get information that you want. You know what I mean? Whether it be just, you know, your Samsung Health app, whether, you know, your calendar or anything like that, your games. I see my Golden State, my Warriors, they lost to Phoenix. Information about your teams or players that you're following, all that stuff. I mean, so, you know, it provides a lot of useful information. And again, now the Bixby button has been remapped. And so, it's remappable now, you know, and that came with one of the latest updates with the device. All right, now, if we go into our settings, just like we saw in the S10 Plus, all this stuff is the same. Okay, so you got your connections. Go under connections, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, phone visibility, NFC and payment, airplane mode, mobile networks, data usage, mobile hotspot and tethering, advanced calling, more connection settings. All right, sound and vibration, notifications, display. Under display, you've got adaptive brightness, blue light filter, night mode, which is on, screen mode. I got that on vivid. And as I displayed in the S10 Plus video, you can have it on natural. It comes on natural by default, but if you want more saturated, vivid colors, then boom, you hit that vivid mode, and that's when it's going to bring up that little option right there to change the white balance to either cool or warm. Hit advanced settings, and then you can toggle the RGB, all right, to get the screen how you want it. Okay, and there's a few different little pictures right here, so you can kind of see the difference between natural and vivid. And you see how, like, when I hit natural, it kind of gives the picture a more natural look and feel. Hit vivid, things are much more brighter, colors seem to pop a little bit more. Okay, and I'm a big fan of that, so I just keep it on vivid mode. All right, screen mode, font size and style, screen zoom, full screen apps, screen timeout, home screen. So home screen is where you can go to choose whether or not you want home and app screens, or if you want a home screen only. Okay, I want the home screen and the app drawer, so I'm gonna keep that as is. All right, home screen grid, this is where you have the ability to change the amount of apps that you have on the display. So if you're wondering how I was able to get 5 apps in a row, well, that's where you can do that under the settings. Okay, so you can just go in and change under home screen. You can change the home screen grid. You also have app screen grid, apps button, app icon badges, lock home layout, add apps to home screen. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to play with. All right, Samsung, they lace you with a bunch of stuff to toggle to really customize your device. Edge screen. Okay, so we still have the edge screen, which if you swipe to the right, you could set that up. And I forgot to talk about that on the S10 Plus video, but that option is also on the S10 Plus as well. So you still, even though you've got a flat panel, you don't have the bleeding edges over on the side of the devices, you still have the edge screen just to kind of give you that quick access to a lot of your quick apps that you use. Or if you want to make quick phone calls in your contact list, then you can just, you know, there's people edge, apps edge. If you go to edit, then you can edit it. This is where you go to edit to move. Just click and drag applications over to it. And then when you hit settings, which is right here in the bottom left, then this is where you can add more apps. So you've got apps edge, people edge, live message, smart select, task edge, weather, quick tools, Samsung internet edge, reminder, and then clipboard edge. And so you've got a few different things that you can choose from there, and just to kind of get your apps edge up and going. So if you don't want to just go through your app screen or anything like that, then you can just pull that screen over from the side there, and you can access your people, your frequently used apps, or whatever else that you got set up right then and there. All right, now go back under settings. Again, wallpaper and themes, lock screen. Okay, just went there. Biometrics and security. I mean, this is where you're going to be able to enable your fingerprints and your Face ID, which I have that set up already, and we'll go over that in a second. I'll show you how quickly that works. Biometrics and security, accounts and backup, Google advanced features. Again, same as the S10 Plus, accessories, Bixby routine, Bixby key, smart pop-up view, smart capture, direct share, reduce animations, motions and gestures, lift to wake. And so what that is like I said, the power button is right here. So you just push that button. If it's on a flat surface, you lift it up. It's going to wake up the phone, and boom, you just saw that facial recognition right there. Double tap to wake up the screen. That's on. Smart stay. So turn that on so that the screen won't keep going off while I'm looking at it. Smart alert. Easy mute, which is on. One-handed mode, and that's just simply swipe up from either corner, from the right or left. Okay, there's your one-handed mode. If 5 inches seems to get a little too cumbersome for you, then you can bring it on down. All right, if you hold your hand with your left, or hold the phone in your left hand, just swipe up from the left corner, and there is your one-handed mode on the left side of the display. All right, what's that at? Yeah, motion and gestures. Okay, one-handed mode, fingerprint or finger sensor gestures, palm swipe capture, and swipe to call or send a message. Okay, so that's for all of your motion and gestures. Okay, then we have game launcher. I have that turned off. That's just basically going to organize all your games in one place, and then you'll also have access to other features and functions with those games. Dual messenger, video enhancer, send SOS message, emergency mode. And then again, if there's something else that you're looking for that you're not finding, then there's always going to be these little suggestions at the bottom that Samsung provides. And so it'll say looking for something else, navigation bar, smart switch, or easy mode. And you can just click on one of those if that's what you happen to be looking for. Okay, so let's go out of that. Digital well-being. Now this is something that I also forgot to talk about in the unboxing for the S10 Plus video. So what this is going to manage your device. It's going to manage everything you do. It's going to manage your talk time. It's going to manage your text messaging. It's going to manage how many times you unlock the device. And, you know, it's going to manage your notifications and all that stuff. And so if these are things that you want to keep track of, if you're thinking about maybe reducing the amount of time that you're on your device for whatever you're doing, then this is going to be where it's going to track all that stuff for you, and you'll be able to make whatever adjustments, you know, possible that you want to make. And so wind down. It said wind down before by charging the screen to grayscale or blocking notifications. Okay, so that's just if your phone, I guess if your phone is getting low on battery or something like that, it just it turns everything black and white. Okay, so it just grayscales the device and it just limits it just to only notifications. Oh, it blocks notifications. So if you just want to chill and you want to conserve battery, it's going to block notifications and it's just going to grayscale your device, which means that your device is just going to be all black and white. All right, so we'll go back on that, and then we have device care, and this is where we're going to be able to see, you know, just be able to, you know, clean up the phone, access our battery, storage, and memory, same as the S10 Plus when I cracked this phone out the box, because this too is 128 gigs. It was also 109.5 gigabytes that was available out of the box, because the pre-installed applications absorbed almost almost 22 gigs or something like that. Okay, so that's the exact same is the amount, as far as the amount of gigs that you have for storage when you take the phone out of the box. All right, now we've got biometrics and security accounts, backup, Google, advanced features, digital well-being, device care apps, general management. That's where you're going to go for like language and input, date and time, or if you want to reset the device, accessibility, system update. Again, as soon as I took this phone out of the box, there was a system update, and so there was some, like, a couple of patches. We have the latest security update from February. Okay, help and about phone. If you go to about phone, software information, again, One UI version, Android 9 Pie, if you guys can see that right there. Okay, there's your Pi confirmation. God, this just feels so good in the hand, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten used to the feel of this phone. I mean, so now that I finally got my S10 Plus out of the box, I mean, you know, I'm gonna use it, but I mean, it's like, for me, I feel like this is the sweet spot. You know what I mean? This is the sweet spot. So again, 5.8 inches corner to corner. Side of the device here, it's clean, except the fingerprint sensor / power button, which you see right there. Okay, top of the device, we've got noise canceling microphone. Here is an antenna line and our app tray, which we can have a nano SIM and an SD card for memory expansion, also up to 512 gigs. Another antenna line. Here's our volume button. Here's our Bixby key. Bottom of the device, antenna line, 3.5mm jack, Type-C port, another noise canceling mic, and then here's our bottom firing speaker right there. And then on the back of the device, again, S10 Plus or S10e branding on the bottom, Samsung branding right there. And then here is the dual camera lens, not the tri-camera lens that we find on the S10 and the S10 Plus. And again, we've got a 12 megapixel primary wide angle, 16 megapixel ultra wide angle, and then here is the sensor for the you know what, I'm not sure if this also does not have the SpO2, the heart rate monitor and everything. I have to check into that, because they may have done away with that on the E model as well, and that may just be something that is on the S10 and the S10 Plus. Now for me, I'm in the medical field, and so I would prefer to have those things, but I find that even when I have those things, I don't really use them that often. So would that be a determining factor for me? No, absolutely not. Okay, so you just saw facial recognition again right there. Let's go ahead and turn off the screen. double tap on the screen to wake it up. Okay, and the camera was in the way, but you could see how it was like that little light was circling around the front facing camera because it was analyzing. It was trying to get my face, and the fact that I was holding in front of the camera, as soon as I moved the phone to the left a little bit to get a clear shot of my face, then it opened right up. Now, fingerprint sensor. Okay, you just tap it, boom. Okay, and there it is. It is pretty quick. The only thing that I don't have a problem with the fingerprint sensor being on the side of the device. My only issue is the fact that it is so damn high. Like, why did they decide to put it up there in the corner? Like, again, for a lot of people, this is going to be the business. This is going to be the sweet spot, okay? Because it's a 5.8-inch display, but it's like the footprint of a phone that's like 5 inches. I mean, just how it feels in the hand. But people are still going to have to kind of retch their hand all the way up just to either press that button or at least just lay their thumb on it just to unlock the device. Now, another cool thing too with it is we do have the ability to swipe down on the fingerprint sensor to access our notifications and our quick toggles. Okay, that's pretty slick. And then you can just swipe up to get rid of that. Okay, so again, there's some benefits to having the fingerprint sensor on the side. But I mean, it's just too damn high. You know what I mean? They should have brought it more so down in the middle so that, like, if you're holding the device with your right hand, then your thumb is just going to be pretty much resting on it, and boom, you can just tap it to unlock your device, or if you want to lock the phone, then it's right there. Now, the problem with the fingerprint sensor being on the side is for those people that are lefties that are going to want to, they're going to be forced to use their right thumb, or they're going to have to set up a fingerprint. All right, my bad, y'all. Battery died on the camera, so I had to get that plugged in. But as I was saying, for the people that are left-handed, that hold their phone in their left hand, they're gonna have to like either use their right hands or their finger to unlock their phone. But if they want to do it with their left hand, that's gonna be awkward because they're gonna have to hold the phone and like basically reach around with their index finger or their middle finger. That's awkward. That just feels awkward. So that's like the downsize of having the fingerprint sensor on the right side of the device, you know what I mean, as opposed to having the fingerprint sensor like under the display in the middle where you can touch it with your right or left thumb depending on which, you know, whatever hand you are, you know what I mean. Now let's see, S10e camera, and like I said, I mean, this camera is nice. Okay, so take selfies easily, hold up your palm where the camera can see it, automatically take a selfie. Okay, so again, here's that 10 megapixel selfie camera, and oh man, this is, yeah, this is dope. Okay, lightning quick shutter speed. Oh, I didn't just keep doing that. Okay, whatever. Picture I took at work. Another picture at work that I took. Stay tuned for the full dedicated camera video because that's going to be up in a lot of these pictures that I've taken. You will see on that video. But as you can see, if you could tell, I mean, just the detail of the camera is a beast. All right, so we'll flip it around and just take a quick photo real quick. And as I mentioned, we don't have that secondary telephoto lens. Okay. God, that is clean. Okay, but if we go back, we just have the primary 12 megapixel. Oh, come on, let's go back to the camera app. So we have the wide lens and the super wide, the 16 megapixel super wide angle lens. Okay, and that's what it is. We don't have that secondary telephoto lens, so we don't have that 2x optical zoom, which for me is not a big deal at all. All right, so we got photo, video, super slow-mo, slow motion, hyperlapse. Okay. We also have live focus, but you can, this is our portrait mode, and you can adjust the blur on the fly. We have pro mode, panorama, food, and Instagram. Interesting, because I didn't see the Instagram little mode on the S10 Plus there, or maybe I just didn't see it. All right, but so those are all of the different modes that you have. And then when we go to settings, okay, we've got scene optimizer, shot suggestions, flaw detection, motion photos, hold shutter button to, I just got that set to take burst shots, save options, rear video size. So as you can see, video resolution, do have 4K recording here. Okay, just in case you were wondering, you know, for those that were thinking, oh, well, they probably scaled back on 4K recording because it's the E. Nope, they surely didn't. Front video size, video resolution with the front camera. Oh, we can record 4K with the front camera too. Well, damn. All right. No surprise. Shouldn't be a surprise. Okay, advanced recording options, video stabilization. We do have optical image stabilization across the board for the S10e, the S10, and the S10 Plus. Okay, HDR, tracking autofocus, grid lines, location tags, camera mode, shooting methods, quick launch, quick review, and shutter sound. All right, and then we've got reset settings, and then about camera. And if we go back to the camera, this is our flash. Just keep that on auto. That's the timer. We do have Bixby Vision AR emojis as well. This is the different landscape mode that you want it in. So right now, keep it in 4:3, or you can switch to full screen or whatever you want to do. And then this is the filters. And so you've got a bunch of these little filters to play with that are going to kind of toggle the lighting effects. We do have beauty mode right there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it for the unboxing for the new Samsung Galaxy S10e. Again, this phone again was released to rival the iPhone XR. So stay tuned, because I plan to do a comparison video just talking about the differences between the two and which one I feel is better. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, S10e here. Hope you guys were able to pick up on a lot of the differences. Again, if you missed out, stay tuned, because I'll be talking about those again in the full pristine review, and just really figuring out, okay, is it worth to spend the additional monies to upgrade to the S10 or the S10 Plus if you want one of these new S10 devices? Because the S10e, because of the fact that it's the cheaper model, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to go for. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, unless you're really, really in the tech, you know what I mean, the average consumer would be more than happy with everything that the S10e is offering. More than happy with it, you know. And now that I got them both out of the box, I've been using the E, you know what I mean, for about a day and a half now. You know what I mean? I've already gotten accustomed to that feel of it. I mean, it's so small and compact, but it's such a beast. But I mean, we'll see. So stay tuned. All right. If you like this video, you already know what to do, man. Hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to expose yourself to tons of more videos that I plan on doing like this one, and expose yourself to my whole video catalog, because I got a lot of stuff on the channel. All right. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that every time my videos go live, you'll get that notification and you can be the first to check it out. And when you're done checking it out, get down in the comment section any questions, comments, or feedback that you may have. I'm here for you, and I'll do my best to answer your questions or accommodate you however you need me to in future videos that I plan on doing for these devices and a lot of other devices that are coming in 2019. All right, so thanks for stopping by for this unboxing. I appreciate it. Much love to all of my subscribers. And you already know, please stay safe, get spiritually fit, because we're definitely living in the last days in 2019. And keep it pristine in every aspect of your lives. Samsung Galaxy S10e I'm your man Pristine, the host, bringing the content. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace.